Before we proceed to the video, I would like to remind you all that the Wisp Prime giveaway is still up for grabs. I will be announcing the winner this coming weekend, so be sure to check back to see if you have won the highest tier Wisp Prime access. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you will receive a notification about the giveaway winner. Lastly, if you haven't joined the giveaway, you still have time. Simply check out the link I have included in the video description below. Okay, now let's begin this video. Last week I posted a video sharing my excitement about the upcoming big reveal at Tennocon 2023. Apart from the Warframe content, Space Mum mentioned that it's worth 5 years of story content. Digital Extremes has also updated their Soulframe page, suggesting that they will be revealing new things about their upcoming new title. There are also rumors that Soulframe may have an early access this year and will be released in 2024. We might hear about the world, characters, customizations, and possibly how microtransactions work in the realm of Soulframe. While I'm excited about the news, some players have expressed their distaste for the upcoming title from Digital Extremes. They are saying that the new title will somehow take away all the player base of Warframe until no one will play it anymore. I don't know why there are such negative thoughts, but seriously, do you consider Soulframe as the Warframe killer? Let me know in the comment section below. We have been talking about Warframe killers for years now, but no actual game competitor has killed Warframe. Instead, it has continued to evolve and become the game that we all love today. I just don't understand why some people think that Digital Extremes will allow Warframe to die just because they want to focus on a new project. We still don't know if that new project will be a big success or not. I'm not hoping for something spectacular about the game, but I surely want to support Digital Extremes on their project since they are one of those game developers that actually make free-to-play games. Have you seen the total mess that is Destiny 2 right now? Many Destiny 2 players are shifting to Warframe because Bungie is destroying their own game. According to Bungie's State of the Game earlier this week, they said that they only have so many people and so much time in a day to work on the game. They have to choose between focusing on player versus environment content or doing something about player versus player combat. Right now they have chosen to do more PvE content, and this has upset some PvE players, and it's getting worse. The Destiny 2 community felt betrayed when they released a new teaser for their upcoming game called The Marathon, a new sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. Destiny 2 players are now speculating that Bungie has trimmed their workforce for the game so they can focus on the new game. This is why they can't fix Destiny 2, because they are focusing on the upcoming Marathon game. Some Warframe players are saying that the same thing will happen to Warframe and Soulframe. They believe that there will come a time when the developers will stop worrying about Warframe, as they will focus more on Soulframe. What's my opinion about this? It's hilarious and laughable. Tencent completed its $1.03 billion takeover of Leiyu in December, which included Canadian subsidiary Digital Extremes. After the acquisition, many are skeptical that Tencent will ruin Warframe, since they are infamous for greedy microtransactions in their games and somehow ruining the game. In fact, many have said that the announcement of Warframe mobiles was the beginning of the end for Warframe, as Tencent might push the game on more accessible platforms and implement strange mobile microtransactions that will ruin Warframe. However, as of now, there's nothing fishy happening in Warframe. Instead of ruining the game, Digital Extremes acquired assets to work on other projects such as Soulframe and Wayfinder, which is approaching early access. They also split their team but did not just trim away those good developers to work on the Soulframe project. They made a good decision by making Space Mom the head of Warframe while Steve and others work on Soulframe. They did not leave Warframe unattended but left it in the hands of creative minds. Aside from Space Mom, don't forget that Pablo is still on the Warframe development team, and it's safe to say that he is cooking up something good for us. With Space Mom's crazy ideas and Pablo's perfectionist mindset, they could possibly make Warframe great again. I'm very excited about the things they'll be revealing at Tennocon 2023 about the future of Warframe. I know we will have more news about crossplay, Warframe mobiles, Soulframe and more, but I'm very interested in what Space Mom and her team will give us after Duviri Paradox. Honestly, worrying about the future of Warframe makes no sense, as Digital Extremes would be insane to abandon a game this good and pursue a project that has no guaranteed success yet. I am rooting for Soulframe, but I just don't know how well it will be received by the community, as it's a totally different game compared to Warframe. Despite how they made Duviri Paradox as a Soulframe simulator, many Warframe players did not like it as they are more inclined towards Warframe's movement, parkour, and the Warframe itself, instead of just controlling your drifter with defined and slow movements. I can understand Warframe players who don't like the concept of Soulframe because it's a different game, and no matter what Digital Extremes does, Warframe will always be better in the eyes of the Warframe community. It's irreplaceable, and it would be hard to make Warframe players consume Soulframe content when they know that it's a totally different game. This is a fact, and I think that Soulframe will not take anything away from Warframe. Instead, it will build a different, solid community that admires the game. Also, if you see Warframe right now, the developers are constantly updating the game, and even though they are not teasing anything just yet, I know that they have something big in store for Warframe. I think they have finally learned their lesson from the past of teasing something that is 5 years in development. Steve was a hype machine, and they teased things in Warframe that were actually far from being released. That did not translate well, and many hated the fact that those updates took years and some even were half-baked content. Right now, we really don't know where the developers are taking us next after Duviri Paradox, and I think the only destination right now that is possible is the Tower system. Before the release of Duviri Paradox, Digital Extremes hinted that they would be expanding the story of the new war, and this only leads to one thing: the final battle between the Tenno and Sentients. There are remnants of Nariman holds in the open-world areas, especially in the Orb Valleys, where you can see a Nariman drone roaming in the lake of the third Orb Mother. Sooner or later, Digital Extremes will eventually activate that third Orb Mother. There are other hints of expansion in the game and unfinished projects that Digital Extremes could revive. Who knows, they might even make a Conclave rework. While Steve said that Warframe is focused on PoV, who knows if Space Mom has a different take on the PvP area of Warframe. Honestly, there are lots of things that Digital Extremes can expand in the universe of Warframe because the game is like a compilation of games. Whoever thought that Warframe would have open world areas in the past? Also, whoever thought of having a new game mode like Railjack, or having robots in Warframe, or even copying the Nemesis system from another game? We even have a roguelike game right now in the Duviri Paradox. It's a looter-shooter game, but it's also a horde killer, and all sorts of different gameplay can be experienced in Warframe. It's expansive in nature, and all the developers need to do is create something new in the game and continue the live service feature. Admittedly, there will come a time when we will outgrow Warframe, but this is not the time yet. I'm always monitoring the player count of Warframe and Destiny 2 on Steam, and it seems like Warframe is ahead of the rival game. It's not really important, but who would stop supporting a game that has 40,000 average players and peaks at 50 to 60,000 sometimes? And mind you, these numbers are just on Steam. We are not even mentioning players from Switch, Xbox and PlayStation here, and when the mobile version gets released, it will reach even more audience. While some may say that the mobile version is the death of Warframe, I don't think that is the case, as they are just following the success of Genshin Impact. The game is multi-platform, and when Digital Extremes does this, I think it will increase the player base of Warframe by a ton. We have seen tons of articles, posts, and videos about Warframe killers, but they just die faster than a Warframe update. It's hilarious to think that every time we see a new game that is similar to Warframe, we see something that suggests negativity about Warframe. There are even guys out there who still leech Warframe content and plaster Warframe thumbnails and stuff into their content, even when they're not talking about Warframe in the video. It's just hilarious to think of all these negativities when we can just enjoy Warframe when there is new content and play another game if there's a content drought. That's how simple it is, and I think many of you would agree that Warframe is not meant to be played like a chore, especially for veteran players. Warframe is like a seasonal game wherein you can enjoy it while the content lasts, and you can just play another game if you are bored with the content or have completed and farmed everything in the new update. That's how it is, and we can't change how Warframe works. If you are enjoying Warframe right now, then don't let anyone tell you to stop. Just play the game at your own pace and enjoy everything it has to offer. It's kind of stupid to think that even Soulframe is dubbed as a Warframe leech, wherein it will suck all the player base until Warframe runs dry. Many of the paid games right now are total disappointments, and a prime example is Diablo 4. We are glad that Digital Extremes offers free-to-play games, and these are actual play-to-free games wherein unlocking all the features and game modes in the game doesn't cost anything. and it's up to you if you want to buy skins to make your character look good. Digital Extremes has one of the best microtransaction records in the gaming community, and I think even Tencent is not doing anything about it, since they love how the games are making money with the current microtransaction system. I really think that Warframe has more years to go, and there could be a possibility of finally releasing Warframe from beta and then going with Warframe 2 right after the update that will be revealed at Tennocon 2023. Path of Exile did this, and it somehow revitalized the game, and to be honest, I can't wait to play Path of Exile 2 next year. All I'm saying is that this Warframe killer shenanigans should stop. Digital Extremes is not revealing anything just yet, and they are keeping quiet since they don't want to overhype things. Just look at how grinding gear games of Path of Exile did their big reveal. They kept everything a secret until ExileCon 2023, and their big reveal was a banger. Like I have said, Digital Extremes might have finally learned their lesson about hyping things that are still in production. We will see what is in store for us at Tennocon 2023, so I hope that everyone will just calm down and relax. Don't pay attention to those people spreading misinformation about Warframe killers and that the game is dying. It's just laughable. Now, I would love to know your thoughts about this topic. Let's discuss in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next Warframe guides.